I just made a 1 hour video and I'm just gonna show you a screenshot of that video. Yeah, that was over an hour plus of just talking about SBMM and why I'm not against SBMMM, but I hate how insanely tight it is in this game. Anyway, let's talk about the store and let's talk about bundles. So, as you know, Call of Duty has blueprints and stuff. Show some screenshots on screen. And Black Ops 6 is going to have them. Now, Black Ops 6 is doing this thing where, because of how this game works, they brought back prestiging, classic prestiging and stuff. You hit level 55, boom, you can prestige. And it resets your level, and your weapons relock. And if you have a blueprint, which you can pay for, your weapon is automatically unlocked. So if we go over here, and we go to ARs, the specifically Ames 85 has a variant, not the Ames 85, the Model L has a Warrior's Blood variant. And as you can see, it's basically an STG, and this is a blueprint. So if I were to prestige and I were to put on this Warrior's Blood blueprint, or, you know, if I were to prestige and be level 1 again, the Model L wouldn't be unlocked. The Model L is unlocked at level, I don't know. You know, let's say it's unlocked at level like 30 plus or whatever. Actually, we could check. So right here. So the Warrior's Blood you get from completing Prestige 2, level 50. So you get that permanently. Same thing with the C9, but the C9 is a level 1 weapon. So say prestiged, all right? And if we go to level unlocks, we look for the Model L is unlocked at level 40, which is really high. But because I have that blueprint, I can put it on the moment I'm able to create a class, which is basically at level 1. So I can have the Model L 40 levels earlier. Because if you pay for a blueprint, which I think for something like the Model L blueprint, it would make sense, you know, because it's a prestige unlock, so I think it should be. But say you buy a ASVAL blueprint, that would mean it's basically permanently unlocked. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, you know, it sucks, but it's okay. You know, that's fine. I understand that. You know, that makes sense because that's the best way to do it because you paid for it. And I think, no, that is basically it's not pay to win, but it's pay to possibly have an advantage. And it's basically paying to skip the grind, which is the fun point of the game. Other games have had this problem. I don't want to say World of Warcraft, but there are games similar to World of Warcraft. You know, we'll take any RPG where the point of the game is to grind out levels to unlock stuff, and then you could just pay money to bypass all of that. That's basically what it's like. You're basically paying money to bypass the grind, and it defeats the purpose of prestiging. You know, obviously not really, because, you know, the point of prestiging is to get a higher level and stuff, but really one of the points of prestiging is to reset your level and start over again. That's the, I don't want to say downside, but that's the point. It's like, oh, you're supposed to, you know, it's been like that from the beginning. It's like, you don't have to prestige. You can stay level 55, no prestiges, just be level 55, 0 prestige level 55 forever. Because I used to do that when I was younger. When I was a kid, like 10 plus years ago, back in Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and stuff, I never prestiged because I didn't want to lose my gear because I felt like I wasn't good enough at the game to level up quickly. So I would just never prestige. First time I ever prestiged in a Call of Duty game was Black Ops 2. I'm not lying when I say that. That's what I would do. Because if you don't want to go through the grind, just don't prestige, and that's on you. Because a point of prestiging is the fact that you're reset, and it's like, okay, time to unlock everything and do it over again. But if you already have blueprints for all the weapons, half of the, you know, grind of the prestige grind is basically cut out, because one of the downsides to prestiging was you're going to be underleveled and you have to power through and get your stuff back. Whereas now that you can basically have the weapons unlocked, doesn't matter. And again, well, the assassin perk is still locked, and all of the kill streaks and perks and equipment is still locked, which, yeah, it's true, but one of the big things is the weapons and whatnot. And, you know, you might say, well, you get the prestige tokens to unlock stuff, but that's the thing, is that's the point of the prestige token. You get one only when you prestige, and you only get one per prestige. So you have to use it wisely. And it half defeats the purpose of the prestige token, because something that I already did is when I was prestiging for the first time, I was going for diamond on my ARs. And I thought to myself, okay, I will use my first prestige unlock to unlock the ASVAL so that I don't have to wait till level 55 to get it, to get the camo on it. So I did that. Whereas if somebody has, I don't know, a blueprint for it, well, instead of unlocking it, they could use it on whatever else they want. And they basically get 2 permanent unlocks compared to my 1 because they paid money. Buying a blueprint is now going to end up becoming paying for a permanent prestige unlock. Which, when you think about it like that, is kind of shitty. Like, imagine if like Call of Duty came out, Activision was like, oh yeah, like you can, we brought back prestige unlocking, where you get a prestige token for every prestige and you could use it to permanently unlock a weapon. It's like, okay, that's cool. And then they also say, oh, and you can also buy prestige keys for like $20, and we'll throw in a blueprint skin with it. That's basically what it's like. Of course, it's not exactly the same because, you don't get an actual key that you can use on whatever you want, but the point still stands. Personally, what I should think they should do is just, when you prestige, everything gets locked, including blueprints. And if you want to permanently unlock that weapon to use that blueprint, use a prestige key on it. Like, the point of prestiging is to reset your level. That's the point. Like if they wanted to circumvent that, use Cold War's prestige system. Cold War did have prestiges, but it was automatically, you didn't choose to prestige, and you kept leveling up through the prestiges. So like prestige 2, you would unlock at level like 100 or whatever. So you'd be level 100 prestige 2 and then level 150 prestige 3 instead of actually resetting. And yeah, obviously they're not going to do that because the bottom, 20% of the player base who's like, but it takes me too long to level up, and I bought these bundles and I don't have enough time to level up and work through the prestiges again. It's still stupid even saying that. Like, I can't genuinely find a reason anybody would complain about their bundle being unlocked because they prestiged. It's like, so I just can't prestige now? No, you can prestige. You just don't get to use your bundle until you unlock it again. But I want to use it now. Okay, use your prestige token on it. But I don't want to. Well, that's your fucking problem. Because guess what? That's everybody else's fucking problem now. It's not just the person who bought the bundle. And that's what I want to talk about, just a really quick video, because I genuinely am under the belief in it. The more I see it in the beginning, I was like, oh, it makes sense. But the more I thought about it, the more it kind of pissed me off, because I'm somebody who doesn't buy bundles. I don't like them. Yeah, I just don't like spending money. I mean, I just prefer the Black Ops 2 type skin bundles where you bought, you paid for skin for like $2 and it was for every weapon, not a $50, $20 to $30 bundle for only like 1 to 2 skins. But yeah, I still think with the way prestiging works in this game, how it's classic prestiging, it should be locked. And again, it's your choice if you want to prestige or not. And it's also your choice to spend your prestige token. If you really like it, just use your prestige token on it. You can complain and be like, but I want to use it on, one of the wild cards. Well, guess what? I also want to use it on a wild card, but I also want to use it on a weapon too. It's not going to make a difference. You get one, that's how prestiging works. It's the classic Call of Duty style. And I feel like adding bundles just completely breaks it, because basically anybody could go to the store and just buy a bundle and get a gun weapon, or anybody could get a gunsmith blueprint for basically every weapon in the game. And it's going to cost them a bunch of money, but they're basically going to be paying to have permanent unlocks. That's kind of stupid.